This is your new host of the stream. This is Marty. Hey, real quick, I just want to welcome you to the Big Brain Singer channel, where singers and music lovers come together. I'm Charlie, and my goal is to share my knowledge of singing and love of music with as many people as possible. If you want to be the first to experience reactions just like this one, please join us on Twitch, links down below, Monday, Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you yourself are an aspiring singer and want a mini voice lesson from me, I hold a free and open vocal clinic every Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern as well. So make sure to join our community Discord server. Links are also down below. To join hundreds of music lovers like yourself and to stay updated on community events. I hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoy this reaction and analysis. Let's get to Anneke, The Gathering, Travel, TG25 live at Doornroosje. The godmother of Dutch metal women. Flax, that's really good to know. It said that this song is about Mozart, and the last line we just heard was being at one with your creation. One thing I love about Northern European metal in general is that there is an awesome awareness that it is part of the musical history. It's part of the musical canon. It is aware of its place in the history of all music, which we can't say about so many artists. But I love this homage. Maybe that's the reason I can connect with this so well, as someone who studied the music of dead white men for my entire life. Its connection to classical music. And she is such a humble singer. We have her unique, very forward placement and timbre without getting over-consumed with any sort of texture, any sort of artistry. And it's very quaint and beautiful, and it fits perfectly in with the rest of the very metallic sounding instruments characteristic of the genre, right? So let's go back and listen to it. Let's pay attention a little bit more to the words as well. Soulfully be one with your creation. That's a beautiful line. Someone who commits their life to their art and feeling like you are not valued, or at least that your art is not valued. If people don't appreciate your art and you've put your heart and soul into it, it's like worse than a dagger through the chest. That's what she's singing about. So her timbre is lovely, and one thing that separates Anneke from a lot of singers is her ability to maintain a very consistent timbre in her sound throughout her entire range. Even when she's singing with a different mode, like a different registration, like she's either when she's belting or she's singing in that mixed place, when she's closing her mouth a lot and just showing her teeth and keeping things very closed and forward. And now when she's opening up the resonance a little bit and adding a little bit of that flutteriness, we still have that same timbre throughout. Nothing sounds like it's not her, and no one can make that same sound. You guys, by the way. So Sayu, I do understand how you can't get into the sound of her voice. It's accompanied really well with like meditative sound, and I love when she joins Reticle Circus, and that's Devin Townsend's project. Because his idea, his vibe, it's all very meditative. It's all very macro thoughts drilled into your head. And this song right here that we're listening to is all basically just like musings on the concepts of high art in music and the meaning of that to its creators. And that would make sense as to why it's related to Mozart. But her sound, that consistency in it, the uniqueness of it, it's very forward. It's a little, I would define it objectively as it's a little whiny, which doesn't mean it sounds bad, but it is a little forward. It's very, very masky, very similar to like classic musical theater, like Golden Age musical theater, belting, Ethel Merman-esque singing. But the one thing that separates it from that is the beautiful legato that she keeps in her sound. And that's what keeps it meditative. It's almost like it's like an Eastern cultural drone almost is what we hear. I agree, Hangadi. Yeah, Skyface. So Floor's Evil at Mandu is going to be on YouTube soon. If you weren't here when we listened to it, but it's older, and I had some other things to talk about it other than just kind of getting the maiden sound. I hear what you're saying. She is really unique. I like that you call her the metal Tinkerbell. Anneke is the metal Tinkerbell, but her sound is incredibly unique, and it's the technical things she's doing to maintain that consistent timbre is incredibly impressive. Like I totally see why she is as prolific as she is in the genre. Herbert, you're not the first person I've known to compare Anneke to the lead singer of the Cranberries. You know, like the song Zombie, guys? Yeah, I totally hear it. Have a good day, Fry. It's good to see you. So Nadia Sotelo just brought up an amazing point, and that makes Anneke incredible. And this is maybe just a natural part of who she is, like a biological thing. Her cheekbones are amazing for singing. I don't talk about cheekbones often because they're not something we can control, and I like talking about technique that we can all learn. But Anneke, yeah. Cheekbones are a huge part of what our natural sound is. Like, cheekbones are very responsible for a lot of that mask resonance. If your cheekbones are high, you'll have a better visceral feedback of the sympathetic vibrations happening in the voice, and so you'll then more easily be able to find mask resonance. Notice next time they do a zoom in, notice that on her face. Cheekbones. Cheekbones, guys. Look at that. Look how prominent and high up on her face those cheekbones are. That is 100% where she's feeling her voice through. And that's why we get this very forward sound and a very unique sound, because the way your cheekbones color the sound is also contributes to the uniqueness of your timbre, right? If you didn't have cheekbones, you would sound very, I would say, generic, right? Yeah, leprous slave vibes. I feel it. It's meditative. It's very just cyclical, all right? Thanks, Yeti, bro. And even there, she's upping the energy an incredible amount. And we'll go back and listen to that. But she's upping that energy so much without losing any of that. She's in that pocket of sound. Nothing is drastically changing, which is impressive in itself. It's impressive when someone can go from one sound to a completely different sound. And then it's also impressive when someone can keep that same timbre the entire time. Oh, it's gorgeous. This is my favorite lick of the whole song we just listened to. The way she just ascends through those registers without really shifting the timbre of the sound she's making. Absolutely unfazed by adding a little bit of distortion, even though her sound is so healthy and pure most of the time. She adds a little distortion, doesn't change anything. Her face is still very composed. No tension in the body, no tension in the neck. It is mesmerizing, Procrastinator. I agree. came on for the last minute. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just want... It is very repetitive, Kronos. But one of the reasons I think that repetitiveness helps a lot is that it's meditative, right? I want to take a bath in that sound that they were just making. I could just listen to that and just like lay in it and take a nap in that sound and just be completely absorbed by what they're doing. Yeah, the repetitiveness is the meditativeness. It's the sound the music can get lost in. Music is a form of escapism. And what better than a type of escapism that can completely consume you, right? Beautiful. Wow, you're still here. If you did enjoy the video, I want to invite you to check out my Patreon page where I offer multiple tiers of perks for both aspiring singers as well as music lovers who want to take their listening skills to the next level. Also, I do need to say it, like 90% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. It really doesn't take much. Can you please just press the little button down there? If you made it this far, you probably fit in right with the rest of the people who are the big brain community. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.